Hi guys, welcome back to another Gab's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And today, pag-uusapan natin, are we in a Bitcoin season? Stay tuned to know more. So recently, kung maalala nyo, nagkaroon ng pump in the past 2 days si Bitcoin. And during those pump, nakita natin na umakat si Bitcoin for around 12 to 20%. Pero, kung napansin nyo noon guys, noong nag-pump si Bitcoin, hindi nag-pump ng malakas ang mga altcoins, hindi sila sumabay, such as Ethereum and Cardano. Ngayon, titingnan natin kung bakit ba nangyari yun at ang dahilan nun ay ang Bitcoin dominance. So let's dive into the charts para makita natin yung mga example. So let's look at the hourly time frame yesterday. So makita nyo, ito yung pump na nangyari. So we had this a maximum 21% pump kay Bitcoin. And then if we are going to look into Ethereum, that same pump did not happen. What we only got was around roughly 6 to 7% of the pump. So ano bang nangyari? Bakit di siya umakyat? Well, let's look into this. So tandaan nyo guys, pag sinasabi natin na bago kayo mag-trade ng altcoins, lagi nyo titingnan palagi si Bitcoin dominance. So let's try to look at Bitcoin dominance. So right now, the Bitcoin dominance is going up. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Mapansin nyo, ito yung time na umakyat si Bitcoin. At the same time, umakyat din si dominance. This is the first time since March na nagkaroon tayo ng increase sa Bitcoin dominance habang pataas si Bitcoin. And what does the Bitcoin dominance means? It means na pagpataas sa dominance, ibig sabihin nun, si Bitcoin will perform better than any altcoins. Pero if pababa si dominance, it would mean na where altcoins would perform better than Bitcoin. So what we have seen is this playing out where Bitcoin is performing better than altcoins. So tingnan natin yung naging effect niya sa altcoins. So kung titingnan natin si Cardano to Bitcoin dominance, bumagsak si Cardano dahil sa movement na to. So it means the Bitcoin dominance, a pump in Bitcoin dominance would mean a decline in the altcoins dominance. Let's also look at another dominance. Ethereum dominance also declined since the pump of the Bitcoin dominance. So what does this mean? If Bitcoin dominance is going up, if Bitcoin is getting stronger, altcoins would bleed against Bitcoin. So ayan, nakita nyo to. So dumaas si dominance, bumagsak bumagsak yung altcoin dominance. Hence, kahit umakit si Bitcoin, ang pag-akit ng mga altcoins is hindi ganun ka-same kay Bitcoin. Kita nyo, nag-decline siya. And now, bumalik tayo dun sa price ni Ethereum noong time na nandito si Bitcoin. So, ano ba daw ibig sabihin ng altcoin? Ibig sabihin ng altcoin ay kahit anong coins na hindi Bitcoin. Si Bitcoin kasi, yung main coin talaga natin. Tapos lahat ng altcoins ay any coins other than Bitcoin. So, now we have seen yung Bitcoin dominance, comparing it to the altcoin dominance. Makita mo si altcoin pabagsak ngayon. So meaning kung gaano kataas kung gaano kalaki inakit ni Bitcoin, hindi ganon masasabay si altcoins. Ngayon, does this happens only in the uptrend? No, pati rin sa downtrend. So bigyan natin kayo ng example. So, ang dominance, if pataas si Bitcoin dominance, it would mean that Bitcoin will perform better against altcoins. So, ibig sabihin nun, pag pataas si Bitcoin, ang movement ni altcoins is nagbe-bleed pero hindi ganun kataas na pump. So, pag ganyan ang movement ni altcoins during this Bitcoin dominance na pataas. Pero let's say, pababa si dominance, pag ganyan, So pag pababa ang dominance, bumagsak si Bitcoin, let's say bumagsak si Bitcoin, pag bumagsak din ang dominance, and then ulitin natin, eh, let's say pataas pa din to, 'di ba? Pataas yung dominance. Let's say bumagsak si Bitcoin. Pag pataas pa din yung dominance tapos bumagsak si Bitcoin, ang bagsak ni altcoins is mas steep, mas malakas. So meaning, if mas malakas yung dominance, mas malakas yung sakit ni altcoins. Next also, alamin natin yung isa pang movement. What if pababa naman ngayon si dominance? So pag pababa si dominance, it means, kung yari, pataas si Bitcoin, ang akit ni altcoins is paganto, mas malakas. So kaya noong March, May, April, nakita nyo na pag-increase ni Bitcoin, pag-increase ng altcoins, kaya nakita nyo na tumaas lahat yung altcoins dahil bumagsak ng malakas ang ating Bitcoin dominance. Kaya nakita nyo lahat yung mga altcoins tumataas, yung mga iba't ibang coins nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang Ponzi coins, meme coins na nagpa-pump na 500 to 1,000% dahil yun sa Bitcoin dominance. So ngayon, yun yung nangyari doon. And once na pag nag-dump si Bitcoin, napansin nyo, nung nag-dump si Bitcoin, hindi nyo naramdaman yung kanyang major movement. Pero may dump pa din siya. So, ang nangyari is, nagkaroon siya ng dump to this downside na slow bleed lang. So, makita nyo na slow bleed lang si altcoins sa pagbagsak. Pero si Bitcoin malakas. At the same time, bagsak din sa dominance. Hindi nyo makikita yung pagbagsak ni altcoins. Ngayon, bigyan natin kayo ng isang example during this period na nagkaroon ng pagbagsak ng dominance tapos si Bitcoin naman is tumataas. So let's look at the weekly time frame naman. Kasi kay weekly time frame, meron tayo dito isang period kung kailan nangyari yung pag-increase, yung pagbagsak ni Bitcoin dominance at the same time, si altcoins tumataas. So let's look at this period. Itong period na to was the time where we had a lot of altcoins pumping. So this was during the March to May. So let's look at the March to May. So during March to May, ito, you have this, we have this area kung saan nag-decline ang Bitcoin dominance. So, ano yung sinabi ko kanina guys? Pag nag-decline ang Bitcoin dominance, it would mean mag-increase ang altcoins or altcoins would perform better. Now, let's look at Ethereum during the March to May movement. So, let's look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin dominance weekly. And tingnan nyo to guys. This is the March movement. And this is the May movement. So, within that period, yung ating March to May, yung March to May na yon, yung decline ni Bitcoin dominance was a pump for altcoins like Ethereum. So, that would mean na ang falling Bitcoin dominance is a big pump for any altcoins like Ethereum. So, kung titingnan mo din siya sa US dollar comparison, ito yung naging effect niya sa Bitcoin dominance. Yung March to May na yan, ito yung naging effect niya. Umakyat si Ethereum for around 174%, 175% dahil sa Bitcoin dominance na yon. At the same time, kay Bitcoin naman, hindi siya nagkaroon ng pump. Nag-play lang ng pump and dump action dito sa ating weekly time frame. So now the question is, are we in a Bitcoin season? So now alam natin yung mga fundamentals kung bakit ganun nangyayari sa Bitcoin dominance. Alamin natin kung Bitcoin season na ba ngayon. So yesterday, it was the first time na nagkaroon tayo ng pump sa Bitcoin dominance habang nagpa-pump si Bitcoin. So tingnan natin to ulit. And this is also a bad sign for all altcoins guys. Kasi kung iisipin nyo, we never had we never had during this altcoin season ng pump during nag nagkaroon ng pump sa Bitcoin dominance during an altcoin season. So this is a big pump for Bitcoin. Tapos nag-decline ng altcoin dominance like Ethereum. So this is a first sign na nagkakaroon ng weakness sa altcoins. So ito yung bagbagsak ni altcoins, and then nagkaroon ng increase si Bitcoin. Now let's try to look at the altcoin season index. Kung tama ba yung sinasabi natin na nagkaroon ng Bitcoin season. 'Di ba sabi ko sa inyo, that was the first sign during an altcoin season na nagkaroon ng weakness dito kay altcoins. So mapapansin nyo guys, we are in an altcoin season index. Sabi ko nga, altcoin season. Pero look at this. According to this altcoin season index, we are now currently in a Bitcoin month. And a Bitcoin month would mean a Bitcoin season. So sa ngayon, we are not feeling it yet kasi altcoin season pa dahil malaki pa yung binagsak natin. Pero since we are now showing some signs na nag-start na yung Bitcoin season, as well as this month, it indicated na Bitcoin performed better than altcoins. It would indicate now we might possibly see a Bitcoin season anytime soon. Now let's try to look at the Bitcoin movement for the past month. So ito guys, for the past 30 days, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped 32%. Meanwhile, almost all altcoins performed worse than Bitcoin, indicating na Bitcoin is performing stronger than altcoins. So, ibig sabihin nun, this could indicate, this is a sign na baka mag-start na tayo sa isang Bitcoin season dahil right now, Bitcoin is performing better than all altcoins, almost all altcoins. Ang nag-perform lang stronger against Bitcoin was Cardano, Solano, Theta, Matic, and other types of coins. Pero that could not, if it's very hard to sustain these coins kung nagkaroon na tayo ng Bitcoin dominance increase. So that's why we have to follow this Bitcoin dominance. So now we have this first sign na indicating na meron tayong ngayon one sign na nag-indicate na it could be a start of a Bitcoin season. Let's now look at another data. So let's try to look at this Bitcoin dominance once again. So if you have been following this channel briefly for ilang months na, you would know na we have been following this Bitcoin dominance during the altcoin season. And if you could recall, nagkaroon tayo ng head and shoulders forming. So nagkaroon ng shoulders, head and shoulders, and then a break ng neckline. And then we got this target of this Satoshi by getting this height of this head up to the point of breakout. Kaya na-determine natin na ito ay start na ng altcoin season. Nalaman natin na itong decrease, diyan magkakaroon ng movement sa lahat ng altcoins noong March, April, May. So, na-determine natin sila lahat guys noon pa. Kaya alam natin na nagkaroon ng pagbagsak. Ngayon, the problem is, na-hit na natin yung target for this head and shoulders pattern. And then, mapapansin nyo, noong na-hit natin si head and shoulders pattern target, nagkaroon tayo ng strong bounce dito sa ating target. So, what does this mean? It could mean na baka tapos na yung altcoin season dahil na-hit na natin yung target for altcoins. So, this should now be a warning for all altcoins holders. And if ever na gusto mo pa mag-buy ngayon, gusto mo pumasok ngayon sa crypto market space, if I were you, I would start taking into consideration this dominance and alamin ko muna kung good ba yung aking performance ng coin against Bitcoin. So now, alam natin na may two signs tayo ngayon na nag-indicate na baka mag-Bitcoin season na tayo. So first is this altcoin season index for the past 30 days. Next is itong target. Ngayon, let's look at historical data with Bitcoin naman. So let's look at Bitcoin during this Bitcoin dominance fought. So in history guys, there are actually times na nagkaroon tayo ng window where nagkaroon tayo ng altcoin season and this was during this period. So, hinighlight ko na siya ngayon dito para makita nyo kung saan tayo nagkaroon ng altcoin season. So, this was the area kung saan nagkaroon ng altcoin season. And now, let's try to look back in time naman kung saan pa tayo nagkaroon ng altcoin season. So, let's try to look back again at the Bitcoin dominance. So, sa Bitcoin dominance, if you are going to scroll back in time, there was actually a period na kung saan nagbumagsak palalo si altcoins. And that was during this area. So, makita mo na bumagsak si altcoins during this December 2017 hanggang February 18, 2018. Nagkaroon din tayo ng kanyang decrease sa altcoins sa Bitcoin dominance at this period during April 2017 up to May 2017. And then isang major drop, isang malaking pagbagsak sa lahat ng altcoins during July 2017. Ngayon, tingnan natin yung mga months na yon. So, December, July, and May 2017. So, let's look back into the Bitcoin US dollar chart. So, December 2017 was actually the peak it was actually the peak of this market cycle. So makikita mo na nagkaroon siya ng peak dito. It was actually the market cycle top noong Bitcoin dominance, nung pag-drop ng Bitcoin dominance. So it would indicate first na if paabot na tayo ng market cycle top, mahatak din lahat ng mga altcoins during this market cycle top. So next date, nagkaroon din tayo ng drop sa Bitcoin dominance during July 2017. And if you can see, July 2017 was a window where Bitcoin dropped. And that's pretty similar to what happened today. We had this window na kung saan nagkaroon ng consolidation period bago nag-drop. At dahil doon nagkaroon ng pump sa altcoins. This is also the same consolidation period na nakita natin noong 2017. Kaya nakita natin nag-pump si altcoins. Makita mo na yung RSI nag-decline during this time. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng consolidation period and correction during this period. Hence, nagkaroon ng altcoin season. Same goes din dito sa current ICE action natin. Nakita natin nagkaroon tayo ng decline sa ating RSI. Saka itong window na to nagkaroon ng increase sa altcoins. So history is also telling us na the Bitcoin dominance will matter the most, especially if you're going to follow any altcoins. Kailangan mo muna i-check si Bitcoin and si Bitcoin dominance. So let's also try to look back in May. Papansin nyo, kay May naman, we had this also brief period din. This was actually a different one kasi if bubuksan natin si 200-day moving average, I think that's a reaccumulation phase period pa yan eh. Oo. So, around that time siguro, ibang scenario siya. Pero kita nyo naman guys na altcoin season happens when Bitcoin is either consolidating or Bitcoin is heading into the market cycle top. So, meaning, meron pa tayo isa pang period na magkakaroon pa tayo ng altcoin season and it's during this market cycle top. Sa ngayon, tingnan natin kung naulit na ba itong itong scenario na to, itong dalawang scenario. Sa ngayon, ang naulit pa lang is yung consolidation period na yon at meron pa tayo isa pang period na magkakaroon pa ng altcoin season during the market cycle top. So we should expect another altcoin season when we get to that market cycle top. So ayun guys, mapapansin nyo na altcoin season happens during this consolidation period. Ngayon, bigyan ko din kayo ng strategy guys kung paano babasahin ang altcoin season in just following the Bitcoin price. So ngayon, let's look at the weekly time frame naman for an example. So for altcoins to increase, in order to have an altcoin season, Bitcoin must consolidate. If Bitcoin dumped, altcoin season, altcoins will also dump. Pero if Bitcoin pumped hard, it would indicate that it's also a Bitcoin season. So ano ba yung window area na kailangan natin makuha para magkaroon tayo ng altcoin season? So it's actually this area. Itong area na yan, yan yung kailangan na area para magkaroon tayo ng altcoin season. Kasi if Bitcoin went below this 21-week EMA, this one would indicate na mas malakas pa din si Bitcoin and mahatak pababa ang altcoins. Pero let's say dito, napunta siya sa taas, this one would indicate na Bitcoin would perform better still against altcoins. So ito, habang umaakit siya dito sa taas at nagpe-perform ng mga all-time high, that would indicate na Bitcoin would be stronger still against altcoin. So alam nyo na ngayon guys, ito yung area na kailangan nyo hanapin for altcoins, which is below the all-time high and above the 21-week EMA. So now, ito yung kailangan nyo guys i-follow. If gusto nyo mag-head into altcoins, kailangan nyo alamin, number one, if below the all-time high ba si Bitcoin, and number two, above the 21-week EMA ba si Bitcoin. And if you met those two criteria, then that's a good sign for altcoins. So yeah, ayun, yun yung kailangan na natin naman tingnan for altcoins. And to conclude, siguro, Bitcoin is always the king and Bitcoin will still hold the trend for all altcoins. So regardless if mayroon kang favorite altcoin or if nagpe-perform better pa din yung altcoin mo, remember that Bitcoin will still be dominating the market. You should always check first the Bitcoin dominance before heading into any altcoins. And most of all, if you want to head into any altcoin season, you should always check first this Bitcoin season. So now siguro let's dive into different uh, comments dito sa video natin. Is it safe to say po ba na maganda bumili ng altcoins? Ah, hindi siya safe ngayon kung ako tatanungin. Kasi tandaan niyo sinabi ko kanina, guys. Actually, sabi ko lang na ang kailangan natin mapunta na area is above the 21-week EMA and below the all-time high. So itong area na to para makita natin na mag-pump si altcoins. Nonetheless, you could say na pwede ka din bumili ng altcoins kasi mura siya. Pero do note na hindi siya magpo-pump agad not unless we entered this window kay Bitcoin. So yun yung kailangan nyo alalahanin for altcoins. And the next one is kailangan nyo din i-check itong dominance nila against Bitcoin. So kailangan nyo i-follow yun. Next question, maganda po bang altcoin ang VeChain? I think VeChain is also a good coin kasi kung titingnan natin, let's try to look at it sa altcoin season. VeChain, sa ngayon, VeChain is not performing well in the past 30 days against Bitcoin. Pero during this altcoin season, VeChain was also one of the coins na nag-pump din. So 65%. So I think VeChain is also a good coin. So kailangan natin yun abangan din. So, if ever na gusto mo mag-head into VeChain, kailangan mong i-check din itong performance niya sa altcoin season index. What's the best time frame to know the trend of Bitcoin? For me, the best is 4 hours ngayon. In times na nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong kalaking correction, the 4-hour time frame would be the best chart to follow. This is the 4-hour time frame. So, ayan, 4-hour time frame. So, hindi siya basta-basta makuha, guys, kasi 4-hour time frame is every 4 hours yun, guys. So, kailangan nyo tandaan na hindi siya basta-basta isang pump, isang dump. Mag-play out po ba yung TA mo sa other video mo po about Ethereum and Cardano? That video naman, so let's try to look at that. So, let's look at the weekly time frame and open the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. That's daily pala. So right now we are heading into this, we are heading back to the 200-day moving average. So dun sa video na yun, kung maalala nyo guys, ang sabi ko dun is, if bumagsak pa lalo si Bitcoin dito, if Bitcoin performed worse pa, if hindi nag-perform ng maganda si Bitcoin, it would mean na mabibreak natin itong 100-day moving average and we could head into a much lower price area for the Ethereum price and Cardano. So makita nyo kasi, ito na yung last support natin, which is the 100-day moving average. So possible na mag-play out to if let's say mag-decline pa din si Bitcoin dito sa ating US dollar chart. So yeah, it is still possible pa din. Pero hindi siya isang bagsakang dump. Tandaan nyo guys, dependent pa din siya kay Bitcoin. Pero if let's say Bitcoin starts pumping, then this 100-day moving average will now act as a support at pwede siya mag-bounce dyan. So yun yung kailangan nyo i-follow for the Ethereum chart, which is the Bitcoin kasi nga Bitcoin will always be dependent dito, and then at the same time the Bitcoin dominance would be highly dependent then on on the price sa ating altcoins. So yeah, this is still possible. So pag nag-play out siya, 200-day moving average ang target natin. And look at this, yung 200-day moving average natin is tumataas. Last time nasa 1.7k. Ngayon, we are gearing up to malapit na sa 1.8k. So, asan na po banda tayo sa debt cross? Sige, let's look at the Bitcoin debt cross naman. So, as I've been saying, the Bitcoin debt cross is inevitable. So, that's the combination of the 20 and 50-day moving average. And look at this. We are at this area of the debt cross. So, anytime soon, kailangan magta-touch na siya and magka-cross na siya. So, malabo na tong hindi mangyari. Kasi, in order for us to negate this, kailangan mag 60 to 70 to 80,000 si Bitcoin para ma-negate to. So, kailangan nyo abangan yun, guys. So, if ever na magkaroon tayo ng debt cross, possible na magkaroon pa siya ng pump, and then we could get negated dito sa ating debt cross. Nangyari na ba yung debt cross na ganyan? Yes, actually. So, let's look at the historical data naman. Tandaan nyo guys, we always trade by the historical data. We trade by the data. So, let's try to look for a debt cross. So, let's select moving average and then 50. So, the last time na nagkaroon tayo ng debt cross was during this period. So makita mo, tingnan natin yung similarities niya ngayon. So sa ngayon, ito yung death cross na nangyayari. So we are about to get this cross anytime soon. Pero look at this. This is very identical. So we had this slow bleed and then nagkaroon tayo ng dump below the 200-day moving average. Tingnan natin din dito. We had this slow bleed. Nagkaroon din tayo ng slow bleed. And then nagkaroon tayo ng dump below the 200-day moving average. So ano ba yung next move niya? So if susundan natin si historical data, itong second part na to, itong missing area na to, this next part, this is actually this window. So ang nagawa natin is siguro around hanggang dito pa lang ito. So if we had that death cross, we might see a big pump pa din, pero we might get a decline once we have that death cross. Pero mag-recover pa din tayo guys kasi tandaan nyo, dun sa sinabi ko sa previous video, a death cross would indicate a brief amount of period na magkakaroon ng bearish movement. So, mga ilang time lang naman siya for, hindi naman siya ganun katagal na magkakaroon ng, hindi naman siya bear market, hindi naman siya sobrang tagal na bearish season. It's just around, siguro, 2 to 3 months lang na bearish period. Pero at the same time, long-term bullish pa din naman tayo. So, yun din siguro kailangan yung tandaan dito, guys. So, if I were you, I would be prepared for this possible death cross movement. Yeah, we might get a pump, we might still get a rejection, but nonetheless, either way, this death cross is very inevitable at mangyayari pa din siya. Thanks, Nikolai, for the super chat. Pangkape, Boss Tristan. Thanks. Pang Starbucks na. Any hour ngayon mag-rocket si BTC. Well, of course, expected naman siya kasi magkakaroon tayo ng daily close. Pero it will depend pa din. So let's look at the early time frame. So right now, Bitcoin is declining. Pero we are getting the early close anytime soon. So we might get a pump or possibly continue this dump. Pero right now, we are acting as support for this triangle. So this is now acting as a support. And look at this, yung ating red box na nila pinalot noon ever since May 19 is now holding as a support again dito sa Bitcoin price. Let's try to look at the Bitcoin dominance ngayon kung ano ba nangyayari sa early time frame niya. So reset chart. And then hourly time frame. So right now, Bitcoin dominance is still pumping. So this would mean na mas hihina pa din si mga altcoins like Ethereum. Tingnan natin siya ngayon sa altcoins. Kung humina nga ba. Yeah, right now we are performing worse than Bitcoin for altcoins. So same goes in dito. So we have multiple days straight na pagbagsak din si Ethereum dominance against Bitcoin. Same goes with Cardano. Most likely, ano na po nangyayari? V-shape, reaccumulation, or midterm bear market? Good question. So balikan natin sa weekly time frame. So for the weekly time frame, kung titingnan natin sa weekly time frame, we are actually still possibly playing out the V-shape recovery. Kasi V-shape is ganyan. And makita mo na, nagkaroon tayo ng 3 green candles for the Bitcoin price. Tingnan natin sa mas maayos na chart dito para mas malinis. Then weekly. And then let's select indicators, EMA, moving average exponential, and then 21-week EMA. So right now, this is the 21-week EMA. And kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung price action natin kay Bitcoin. So this is V-shape recovery is getting unlikely na. Pero V-shape recovery can still possible if mag-play out pa tayo, mag-pump pa tayo within this week na pataas. Pero that's getting more unlikely kasi palapit na yung weekly candle close next week. So in that case, we could possibly enter a reaccumulation phase. So if a reaccumulation phase, isang pump na ganyan, and then dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pataas. Pero, the other one is the midterm bear market. Midterm bear market naman is somewhat similar to this. Parang, ang movement niya is parang noong 2014, 2015 market cycle. So yeah, I think ang nangyayari ngayon is either the reaccumulation phase or midterm bear market, which is actually good for us kasi 'di ba sabi natin, what we want to happen is a reaccumulation phase para makapag-accumulate pa tayo ng more coins. And either way naman kasi June, July, and August are the lowest returns of the month. So hindi naman tayo nag-expect ng profit anytime soon dito sa months na to. So okay lang naman na mag-reaccumulate muna kasi mas in that case makapag-ipon tayo ng mas maraming coins. So right now we now had a daily candle close. Let's try to look at the daily candle close. We entered red and we are also entering red to the next daily close, to the next daily candle. Target price dump po kay Bitcoin, sir, if possible na mag-death cross. So, if mag-death cross, ang possible movement natin is, so let's try to replicate what happened that time. So, if mag-dump itong death cross, if magkaroon ng death cross, so first we might get a possible pump and then decline. Ang pwede natin na-expect na movement for the death cross is this area, 31,000 US dollars, yung isang target natin. So, yung mga previous support areas na ginagamit natin, sila yung mga pwede natin gamitin as support for a death cross. So, this one, we have 30,000 US dollars. We also have 25,000 US dollars. And then, ayan. So, 30,000 and 25,000 US dollars yung mga possible areas to watch out for during the death cross. Pero, it's still possible na mag-play siya around the 31 and 35,000 US dollar area. So, kung gusto mo mag-enter during that cross, the levels that I would watch out for is 25,000 up until 35,000. Midterm bear market na po kaya pag nag-below 30K na resistance ni Bitcoin? I think so. So, I think that's a good sign din if mag-start siya ng ganun kasi I would actually take into a lot of consideration into buying different areas. Sir Tristan, kailan po kayo nag-start mag-crypto? 2017. 2017 first crypto ko with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Tagal na nun. And then nakaranas pa ako ng first bear market ko. Midterm bear market na po kaya pag nag-below 30K? I think so, possible. Masasabi natin na midterm bear market if nagkaroon tayo ng multiple weekly close below that area. So, yeah, weekly candle close ang kailangan natin hanapin for a bear market. Pero technically, this is already a bear market kasi below to 21-week EMA. Pero hindi natin siya dinedeclare na bear market kasi marami pa tayong indicator na nagsasabi na hindi to bear market. It's just one indicator lang na nagsasabi na bear market. So right now, what's your action po for your altcoins? Hodl pa din ba? Yep. Yung mga altcoins ko, kasi meron akong separate altcoins position. Meron akong pang swing trade, and then meron akong pang hodl. So ngayon, wala akong swing trading position ng altcoins kasi nga, alam mo naman si Bitcoin, ito yung movement. Kaya hindi ako nag-swing trading kay altcoins. Pero lahat ng mga altcoins hodl position ko such as Cardano, Ethereum, BNB, lahat sila naka-hodl pa din. So hindi ko sila gagalawin talaga. So hayaan ko lang sila mag-grow. Kasi especially, wala pa tayo sa market cycle top ni Bitcoin at babalik pa tayo dun sa window area ni Bitcoin na magkakaroon ng altcoin season. So I believe so na mahatak pa siya pataas. Kaya hindi ko siya gagalawin. Parang hirap na mag-pump si Bitcoin. Yup, dahil dito sa debt cross natin and maraming pang factors. Honestly, actually noon, nag-aabang talaga ako noon ng pump for Bitcoin kasi nagkaroon tayo ng bullish divergence dito sa RSI eh. Kung titingnan nyo to guys. Sa daily time frame, may bullish divergence tayo dito kay RSI. So, ayan. Increasing RSI tapos declining price. That would indicate a trend reversal to the upside. So far, hindi pa natin siya nakikita. So, nag-expect talaga ako ng pump kahit papano kay Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Kahit, kahit umabot man lang sa taas ng 200-day moving average para lang naman na mabawi natin to. Itong action na to. Kasi kung mangyari yon, itong pump to the upside during this bullish divergence, we could actually now replicate the previous action na kung saan nagkaroon tayo ng window area. Ibang chart ata to, hindi ata to. Ito. This area na kung kailan nagkaroon ng cross. Kasi 'di ba, bago tayo magkaroon ng cross, tumakit si Bitcoin price. And during this area, nagkaroon din noon ng declining price and then RSI. The RSI was also increasing. So, tingnan din natin siya. Tingnan natin yung RSI during that cross nung time na yun. So, MA, moving average, and then RSI. So, RSI, lagyan natin ng magandang color. Select white. And then for this other moving average, yung pina-follow natin, which is 200. And then let's label this as green color. So, papansin nyo guys, bago tayo nagkaroon ng death cross, this death cross, so, ay hindi ba death cross, nagkaroon tayo din ng declining price, pero increasing RSI, indicating a trend reversal to the upside. So, magpo-pump si Bitcoin talaga regardless. Pero that pump is not sustainable kasi nga magkakaroon tayo ng death cross. So, we might get a decline. Hence, nagkaroon ng decline din. So, it's possible na we are almost seeing the same period na din for the Bitcoin price. So, ayun na yung increasing RSI and then this bullish divergence. And then this death cross na mag-happen anytime soon. Let's look at let's look back at the early time frame. We are now getting this rebound again. This time rebound ang nangyari for the symmetric triangle support. But yeah, nonetheless, expect a pump anytime soon for us to play out this bullish divergence kay daily time frame, and expect a strong rejection anytime then soon after the pump, just like what happened in this area. So ito yung previous death cross. Hindi kasi natin tinest yung 200-day moving average. Just like this one, hindi natin tinest. And then we had this decline, such as this one, strong decline from the 50. And then we retested the 200 and then got rejected from the 200-day, which is also the same. And then we are now getting this bullish divergence, which is the same din dito kay previous death cross, and then this pump right during the death cross. So ayun yung mga kailangan nyo i-take note, guys. If limited lang po ang capital, is it a good strategy to reposition by selling your position kahit maliit profit, tapos buy sa mas mababa? Ito yung problem ko dyan. Ano yung guarantee mo na mas nabababa pa siya? Yun yung tanong, yun yung sagot dyan. Yun yung tanong mo na kailangan alamin dyan at kailangan mong sagutin. Ano yung guarantee mo na mabababa pa siya? Tandaan nyo guys, selling is riskier than buying. Kasi either way, historical data is suggesting tataas talaga ang coin. So you just have to be patient with it. Pero if let's say guaranteed ka na bababa siya, that's a good move. Pero what I would try to do is hahatiin ko yung pera na yun, let's say 50%. 50% lang ng pera ko na yun yung i-sell ko. At the same time, meron pa akong ititira ko yung other kalahati para if ever na let's say mag-trend reversal siya or mag-pump pa din, hindi ako mawawala ng posisyon. So, let's say let's say nandito tayo sa area na to or dito sa period na to, hindi natin alam kung babagsak siya or hindi. Tapos, alam natin na magkakaroon ng death cross. So, ang gagawin ko, let's say gusto ko bumili sa mas lower area, isa-sell ko lang siguro is half lang, kalahati lang. At the same time, magtitira ako ng isa pang kalahati just in case na mag-pump pa siya. So, ang purpose nun is, yun yung tinatawag na DCA out, dollar cost averaging out. Nilalagyan natin ng ng bawat position each and every area para hindi tayo ma-left out kung sakali magkaroon ng pump sa ating price action. So, if I were you, if limited lang ang capital tapos gusto mag-sell sa lower area, sell ko lang yung kalahati, tapos yung other kalahati, i-hodl ko lang siya just in case na umakyat. And just in case na bumaba, may pambili pa din ako kasi nag-sell ako ng kalahati. So, wag ka mag-all in palagi sa pag-sell. Ang pag-sell mo dapat is nagla-ladder out ka, kukuha ka lang ng portion at hindi yung all in. Kasi pag nag-all in ka, let's say nagkaroon ng trend reversal, maiiwanan ka talaga ng action. So, yun yung lesson doon. Never go all in selling or buying. If mag-play out yung bullish divergence and mag-pump, saan po yung possible resistance? Sige, let's try to understand the resistance din dito. That's a good question then, actually. So, our first major resistance is this area, the $41,000 area. 41.5K kasi 41.5K was also the resistance noong January pump. And then ito din yung next resistance. Ito. Meron pa ba ibang resistance? Yep, this area. So let's try to look back in here. And then yes, ito yung mga possible resistance natin. The 43,000 US dollar, the 41,000, and the 38,000 US dollars. So yun yung mga possible resistance natin for the hourly, but for the daily time frame, ang possible resistance natin for the daily time frame is the 200-day moving average. So this 200-day moving average is a moving indicator. So kailangan mo siya i-follow. So ngayon, sa area na siya ng 42,000 US dollars. So ito yung possible resistance niya. Ito yung kailangan mo sundan, 200-day moving average sa daily time frame. Tingnan ba natin ulit si altcoins. Cardano dominance is still falling against Bitcoin. Same goes with Ethereum. So I think we are now getting into a Bitcoin season. Kahit pumping pa din si Bitcoin, we are now declining this. We are now declining with the altcoins. Kailan po maganda bumili ng coin, sir? If long term ka, I believe na any area ngayon is already a good buying opportunity. So if long term holder ka naman, you can buy now and hayaan mo na kasi nasa lowest point na yung bull market. Pero if short term trader ka, this is already, if tutingnan natin sa early time frame, we could actually, I would wait for another dip, pero I would buy the dip palagi. Pero sa ngayon, parang wala pa kasing dip eh. And nasa loob pa tayo ng triangle. It's either na you should wait for a breakout for a short-term position, either breakout dyan or breakout dito. So that's wherein you could get a position. And if you want to trade altcoins, if long-term ka naman, pwede ka na mag-buy ngayon. Pero if balak mong mag-short term sa altcoins ngayon, hindi pa okay, kailangan mo abangan itong window area na to. Itong area na to ang kailangan mo abangan. Kailangan bumalik si Bitcoin sa area na yan para mag-pump ulit si altcoins. At doon ka maganda mag-short term ng altcoins. So I hope that answers your question on when the good time to buy. It's it's during this window or either magkaroon tayo ng breakout. So yeah, now we had that daily candle close and siguro let's end the video in 5 minutes. If you have not subscribed to our uh, this channel, please give this video, please subscribe to our channel, and if you find this video informative, please give this video a like. I also posted another video which is the death cross. Death cross is inevitable. Check that video out. Pinakita ko dun yung lahat ng data analysis for the death cross. Ano ba yung nangyari sa historical data and ano ba yung tingin ko mangyari kay death cross. So do check that one out. You could also follow my Twitter. Nagko-post din ako dito ng ibang on-chain data like this one, which is June, July, August is the lowest return. This is by Benjamin Cohen na shinare ko din. Makita nyo din doon guys sa Twitter account ko. And yeah, right now, we are getting a good movement for Bitcoin. So things to watch out for daily time frame, the Bitcoin dominance, and the altcoin dominance against Bitcoin. Tingnan siguro natin yung minute time frame. Tingnan natin yung mga nagpa-panic buy and sell. So nagpump lang si Bitcoin, nag-start na ulit mag-sell yung mga panic traders. Meron ka po bang video TA ng short trades? Meron ako video ng swing trades. So this is andito sa YouTube channel ko. Meron ako dito how to trade crypto patterns. Pwede mo siya gamitin for swing trading. And then, kailan ba yung entry and exit strategy ko for swing trading? Same with the Fibonacci. retracement, and the moving average. So, andito sila lahat guys sa Gabs Crypto 101 playlist. So, you could follow that playlist out. So yeah, ayun. Siguro let's end the stream in about 2 minutes. Check lang natin to. Check lang natin yung 15-minute time frame. We are now getting the rejection. So as mentioned, may bearish. Kung pina-follow nyo yung pinapost ko sa Telegram and Discord, meron tayong bearish divergence forming. That's why we had this decline. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng decline dito dahil sa bearish divergence. Hindi ayun. So ayun, siguro let's end this video now. So thanks for watching guys. If you find this video informative, please give this video a like. And if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.